Nope. Fairly easy.
What's a Hall of Famer?
A Hall of Famer is someone who works hard to be the best at what they do.
A Hall of Famer is someone that does great things for lots of people.
A Hall of Famer goes above and beyond.
A Hall of Famer is someone that is the best at what they do.
A Hall of Famer is a top performer.
A Hall of Famer is someone that we look to when we need a leader.
A Hall of Famer is someone who puts others first and does what's best for the team.
A Hall of Famer is someone who makes a lasting difference.
A Hall of Famer is someone who never gives up no matter how hard things get. The greatest of all time.
Someone who's being recognized for being the best at what they do.
A Hall of Famer
Respects the game, respects the athlete,
Respects the referees.
Respects the rules.
A Hall of Famer is someone who is
Kind and easy to look up to.
a great role model
And the best athletic director of all time.
and someone who made our memories at St. Pius unforgettable.
A Hall of Famer is someone who's dedicated their sport.
A Hall of Famer is someone who dedicates their time to encourage others to be the very best that they can be.
A Hall of Famer works hard to make sure everything's taken care of.
See, Will, it takes a lot to be a Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Famer is someone really special, and we should thank them by giving them an award.
As parents and alumni and current student athletes, welcome to our first annual St. Pius Hall of Fame induction ceremony and show. I am your Master of Ceremonies and head greenskeeper here at St. Pius, Dan Murphy, and we are here tonight to honor our very first inductee, Mr. Edward S. Sullivan III. But first, let us begin, as we begin all things at St. Pius, with our opening prayer and then a special rendition of America's national anthem.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Lord Jesus, we welcome your presence in the spirit of love alive in the community of St. Pius X School.
Today, we gather to represent our school. Share with us your spirit of peace and love for one another. Bless us with a team spirit of goodwill for both ourselves and our opponents.
Help us to be the best we can possibly be, to strive not so much to win, but to play fairly and well.
Draw us close together as a team and as a group of friends who reflect your spirit of love. We ask this in your name, Lord Jesus.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. St. Pius X,
Pray for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I first want to mention where this idea for St. Pius Hall of Fame started. Ted Sullivan, Ed's brother, approached the Pius Athletic Board about having a Hall of Fame. And of course, who better to induct as our first inductee than his brother Ed? Some of us were firmly against the idea, but were massively outvoted. And so it goes in this free country of ours, that vote. That said, let's begin with our first speakers, Father George and Principal Tony Miller, who'd like to share a few kind words.
Congratulations to the 2021 inductee to St. Pius X Parish School Athletic Hall of Fame, Mr. Ed Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan, this well-deserved recognition is testament to both the impact that you made and the leadership that you provided as the athletic director over this past 10 years. Thank you and congratulations.
It is my absolute honor and privilege to recognize Ed Sullivan as the first inductee into the St. Pius Athletics Hall of Fame. When I met Ed over 10 years ago, he was literally a kid. I was immediately impressed by his work ethic and maturity. Fast forward 10 years, and he has grown our athletic program into an enormous success. He has not only demonstrated grace, humility, and enthusiasm, but he has done so while implementing our core values of faith and service. St. Pius is a better place because of the hard work and dedication of Ed Sullivan. Thank you to the Athletic Committee for ensuring we recognize Ed Sullivan as the inaugural member of our Hall of Fame. He has surely earned that right. Congratulations to Ed Sullivan on this long overdue recognition. Ed, you are a true blessing to our community. Thank you for your service.
When we at St. Pius talk about the Pius community, the conversation quickly goes to the athletic program. And of course, to our Hall of Fame athletic director and all that Ed does to involve us all, to preach many hands make light work, that we are here first for the kids and to make St. Pius the best school in the conference and beyond to visit. It's a team effort, a family. So let's give some Pius families the chance to express their feelings towards Ed.
Hey Ed, reaching out to say thanks for all you did for our family and for all the families at St. Pius.
Congrats and thanks, Ed.
Mr. Edward Sullivan Maciejewski, that's an inside joke. We are so very excited that you are St. Pius Athletics' first Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for all you've done.
Congratulations, you being inducted into the Hall of Fame is just like this.
A slam dunk.
Congratulations!
Hey Ed, congrats on getting elected to the St. Pius Hall of Fame. I can't think of anyone else who deserves this as much as you do. You put a lot of time and passion and effort into St. Pius, and you deserve this honor. I've seen the way you've impacted students at your schools you've taught at, and all the athletes you've coached as well. You made a huge impact to the St. Pius community, and I'm very happy for you. Keep doing what you do, which is impacting others' lives.
Congratulations.
Thanks for all you do.
Go Knights!
Sports! Sully! Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for being very enthusiastic and supportive.
Thank you for all of your hard work at St. Pius, Mr. Sullivan.
Ed, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction. You deserve it, buddy. Great work. Love you.
Congratulations, Mr. Sullivan. No one deserves it more. Thank you for all the amazing programs you have put together.
Ed, on behalf of the May family, we'd like to congratulate you for a well-deserved first inductee Hall of Fame for St. Pius. Again, well-deserved. thank you from the bottom of our heart for all you do for the kids and the families of St. Pius.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Go Knights!
Hi, Eddie. I just wanted to say congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. You worked so hard for it. You achieved so much things. Of all the years that you've done being athletic director, you should be very proud. I'm very proud of you. Continue the great work. And I love you, brother. I wish I could be there, but I wish you all the best of luck. Have a good night.
Ed, we want to congratulate you on your induction into the St. Pius X Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you from the class of 1979, 2012, 2017. Congratulations. Congrats, Ed.
Mr. Sullivan, you're like a hurdler. You've overcome any obstacle thrown at you. When you had to find a new gym for basketball, you found a gym within minutes. When you had to cancel the entire track season, you set up the 8th grade video and podcast. When you had to cancel cross-country meets, you tried to wait until the last minute. On behalf of all of the schools in the district, I thank you.
And congrats on being inducted to the Hall of Fame. So happy for you, so proud of you. All the hard work that has gone into being an athletic director throughout the years. You've done a phenomenal job. And I am so proud of how everything has turned out for the school. The kids seem to really enjoy the athletics there. You seem to really enjoy doing what you do every day. So congrats, we love you, enjoy this.
Hey Ed, I just want to say congrats on making it to the Hall of Fame. You really deserve this and your hard work has really paid off. I love you.
Okay, congratulations Ed on a fantastic, wonderful job as athletic director at St. Pius. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You've done great work with the students, the parents, the teachers. You've done great. You got everything all in balance and couldn't do a better job, if anybody had wanted you to, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Sullivan. We're so proud of you.
Thank you for all the great opportunities you've given us.
Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication over the years.
Thank you for everything.
We love you.
Thank you, Ed. St. Pius is a great athletic program, and it's because you put your entire heart into your work and it shows. Thank you for making all the sporting events, fundraising events, and father-daughter dances a special occasion with your energy as an MC. And thank you again for pulling together a cross-country season that was initially canceled last year. I'm so happy that you're receiving this award, and I'm so very proud of you.
Ed, there are people that you'll remember, and then there are people that you will never forget. Thank you for being an unforgettable positive influence for so many, and taking the athletics program to the next level and beyond.
What time is it?
Night time!
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for everything that you do. We more than appreciate it. Go Knights!
Congratulations on your induction, Ed. We couldn't thank you enough for all the time you put into St. Pius. I know my class and I looked up to you so much, and I can say the same for the kids who are there now and the kids in the grades above us. So I always said my favorite part of coming to Pius was the muffins at the concession stand, but really it was like seeing you and all your energy and dedication to us, and of course the music too. So thank you so much, Ed, and congrats.
Hi Ed, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. Many people will be saying many wonderful things about you tonight, and they will all be so very true. But should you ever find yourself in need of a family, we would be honored to have you as our son.
Sully! Way to go, Sully. Well deserved. Now hang on a second. I'm a numbers guy. It seems like you've been doing this for about 20 years now, and you're 29 years old. Did you really start this at the age of 9? Congrats, Sully. Well deserved.
Hi, Mr. Sullivan. Thank you for all your hard work and time.
You put the time in nighttime.
S is for school spirit. Thank you for having a lot of school spirit and sharing it with others.
U is for unity. Thank you for bringing the St. Pius community together like family.
L is for leader. You are a leader to all the student athletes.
L is for loyalty. Thank you for being loyal to St. Pius.
And I have the Y. Why? Because we love you.
Thank you to all the families. Next, I would like to share how Ed's impact goes far beyond St. Pius itself. Ed is the athletic director, charity event and track meet leader, scheduler, coordinator, and biggest cheerleader of youth sports across the diocese and beyond. He even has responsibilities for the officials that work our events. So let's allow those officials and other athletic directors to share their thoughts about Ed.
Ed, this is Julie Potts. I want to congratulate you on the fantastic award you're getting. Certainly no other person I can think of deserves it more than you. You've done so much for the league, and even for me in the 4 years that I've had the privilege of working with you, you've been so generous of your time and advice and encouragement. But I have somebody sitting next to me who has a little bit more knowledge of you and spend a little bit more time with you. And he's the one who, when I took the job as the athletic director at St. Isaac's, said, this is a guy you need to contact. So over to my better half.
Hey Ed, Dana Potts. You and I paraded around the track for a number of years, but I want to say congratulations. You did a great job all those years. You should be congratulated for everything you've done, and being inducted into the Hall of Fame is something that you deserve. So best of luck.
Congratulations, Ed. I was so excited to hear that you're receiving this honor, and it is so well deserved. The Suburban Parochial League cross country and track leagues have benefited tremendously thanks to your tireless leadership and your passion and your dedication. You're just a tremendous asset and a tremendous leader. And I'm grateful, and the league is grateful. Congratulations, Ed.
Hey Ed, this is Joe. Hey, this Hall of Fame thing that you're in, seems like you're old. Normally that doesn't happen with somebody that young, but let me tell you, it's well deserved. The work that you put in is by far the most I've ever seen anybody do. And the passion that you have for the kids, for the schools, actually for anybody that you come in contact with is unbelievable. I don't know. I appreciate everything that you've done for me with basketball, volleyball. The people I've met through you is amazing. I can see how people flock to you. But hey, bud, it's well deserved. I'm really proud to know you. I've known you for a long time, even through the Sacred Heart days. So, congrats, and you know, maybe what you need to do is with all these goofy outfits that you have, you can start wearing them daily instead of just on occasions. It brings out the best in you. All right, have a good one. Bye.
Ed, I finally found out something good coming from a COVID year, that you're going to have to wear a mask to get your honor this year, but at least that way the kids won't be scared. And once they see you in a mask next Halloween, everyone's going to want to dress up to be Ed Sullivan. But seriously, buddy, it's an honor, long overdue for you. I'm proud to be a member of the Ed Sullivan Officials Association. I've admired what you've done at that school, and I hope to have the health to work with you for a good number of years. Congratulations, buddy. Stay healthy, and hopefully we'll be working soon. Take care.
Hey Ed, Justin Bushy here. Just wanted to say congratulations. What a great honor it is, and very worthy that you're receiving this honor to be in the Hall of Fame. As a fellow AD in the conference, I know that there is nothing that is done where you are the head of it that the rest of us are not confident that it's going to go off without a hitch. So just wanted to say congratulations, and I look forward to many days working with you in the future.
Thank you, officials, and good call. It's so rare that you make a good call that I think it's important to recognize that. Not the forum, Mr. Murphy? Okay. Anyway, next up is a nice collection of photos and memories of Ed's 10 years with us. Take it away. Wow, that was great. Lots of memories made. Next up, we have coaches who would like to share a few words. I'd like to start off as one of Ed's coaches. The first time I remember I shook Ed's hand was being introduced by my twins, Maeve and Fiona, at the Lombard Pool, where Ed and I were discussing coaching. I hadn't thought much about coaching in a while, since it had been a long time. But Ed was very reassuring and, let's just say, convincing. My first coaching experience, volleyball, I knew little, and it was my first experience coaching in a long time. Ed said not to worry, you've got plenty of support. So I went with it. Little did I know that Kelsey Linnick, hopefully she doesn't mind me calling her out here a little bit, told us that she wasn't going to be able to make a match, and it was our very first match. That message never got through to me, leaving me to coach my very first time, not even knowing how to put together a lineup. Yes, it was a rocky start, but I kept coming back, and so glad I did. Thank you, Ed, and now to the rest of the coaches.
Hey Ed, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction. Over the past decade, I've been alongside you for your journey, and I've seen how much you dedicate your time and your life to this program. I've seen you be in the gym until 2 in the morning. I've seen you hoisting 100 pounds of candy all the way to Bolingbrook. And I've even seen you get your steps in trying to measure out a cross-country course. And what's even more impressive is that you managed to do this alongside your full-time job. You even put 6 weeks worth of time, effort, and care into doing a virtual ceremony for the 8th graders due to COVID. And even now with your St. Pius Running Club, you're motivating athletes to both improve and be healthy. I'm really proud of you, and once again, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction.
Congratulations, Ed. From track meets to Trivial Pursuit, you put your heart and soul into whatever you do, even pinch hitting in the classroom this year. Thanks for everything, and thanks for making St. Pius a wonderful place to learn and grow.
Ed, I wanted to say congratulations. This Hall of Fame induction is obviously well-deserved and so fitting that it starts with you. We feel so blessed that our kids get to experience the program and the culture you've created. With your endless energy and effort, inevitably the experiences we have are the highlights of our week, our seasons, and our year. And because of you, our family's had some very special forever moments and memories. So I just wanted to say thank you for being such an amazing advocate for our kids and a fan of them too. Congratulations.
Ed, you are the epitome of good sportsmanship and positivity. We're lucky to have you on our team. Congrats, Ed.
Hi! Hey, it's us, your 2 favorite coaches! Hey Ed, we wanted to just take this time to congratulate you on the induction.
Excuse me, yellow card. On your induction into the St. Pius Hall of Fame. We couldn't think of a better person to be the first inductee. You deserve it, man. You're awesome.
Diet Coke, anybody?
I gotta go. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Ed, congratulations. And we wish you all the best and keep up the great work. We love you.
And as an added bonus, we think it's an added bonus, wanted to let you know we're not going to retire. You're stuck with us.
Bye!
Congratulations, Ed. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this award. Thank you for everything you have done for St. Pius. I know the kids, the parents, and all of us teachers, we love all the events that you organize. Everything that you do is always so much fun. So thank you. Thank you for your hard work, and congratulations, Ed.
Congratulations, Ed. I'm so proud of you. If anyone deserves this, you do. You do so much for the school, and St. Pius would not be the same without you. Congratulations.
Ed, Joel Southern here. Many congratulations. Very much deserved. Love working with you. Total competence. I know when you're running an event, it's going to be run well. I always get excited when that happens. So congrats again. Look forward to continuing to work with you.
Hi, my name is Jeannie Kafer. I am a parent, teacher, coach, and athletic association member at Sacred Heart School in Lombard. It is my pleasure to talk about Eddie Sullivan. I've known Eddie Sullivan since he was an athlete at Sacred Heart School. He was a great student and a great athlete way back when. I followed him through high school and even kept in contact with him in college, where he became a teacher too. He then came back to be the athletic director at Sacred Heart School. I was very proud to know him and work right alongside with him all these years. He has been a great asset to our community as well as to St. Pius community. St. Pius, great job on picking the #1 person for your Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Eddie.
Of all the great things that Ed does for the Pius community, I think among the best is his limitless determination to take care of our 8th graders and make them feel special after 4 years of competing for the black and gold. So let's have the 8th graders themselves offer their thoughts on what Ed means to them and their experience at St. Pius.
Hey, Mr. Sullivan, thank you so much for making sports at Pius so much fun. I had such a good time. Bye!
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for being the best athletic director.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan, thank you for being the best athletic director ever and making our sports events very memorable.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Mr. Sullivan, thank you for everything that you do for our class.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thanks for everything you do, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for always making St. Pius athletics feel special. You never failed to make us laugh.
Hi, Mr. Sullivan. It's Kyle Entra. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for sports for the past several years. It's a great experience. I will miss it. Bye, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for all that you do. From Hoops for the Troops to Volley for the Cure, you make each event as best as it can possibly be. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything, Mr. Sullivan. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thanks, Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan, thanks for giving us the best 4 years at Pius. We love you.
So you can see why all the kids, all the 8th graders and present and past love Mr. Sullivan. And now for the formal presentation video by Roseanne Devins, and to present the St. Pius Hall of Fame honorary plaque to our most deserving person as our very first Hall of Fame inductee, one of our long-serving coaches. Smile when you say it, because you can't pronounce it. Coach Jory Mack.
Ed is more than just an athletic director. He's a community builder, a coach, a philanthropist, and a friend. Ed has brought a jovial atmosphere to the St. Pius gym with his fun and festive music, and has partnered up to create the best concession stand in all of youth sports. Doesn't stop there. Ed has helped support many community events that have earned funds for things like Volley for the Cure and Hoops for Troops. As an athletic director, Ed has created tournaments and fundraisers that help support our programs. He's given coaches and student athletes support, helping us achieve our fullest potentials, winning state, local, and regional championships. We've even broken a couple of records. That doesn't mean it's been easy. Ed has had to face many challenges between coaches, parents, and kids. He's even had to face a pandemic. To make sure the kids were able to celebrate their accomplishments, Ed created, produced, and streamed the best athletic award banquet I have ever seen.
Biggest television in sports. We're going to start things like we always do here at St. Pius.
The athletic awards show morphed into an entire network. The KCA network streamed our entire cross-country season with the help of people like Charlie Williams and many more. And it continues to stream events like our trivia night and our Sunday masses. Ed, we just wanted to thank you for all the time, the dedication, the energy that you spend here at St. Pius. We appreciate your talents and wanted to say thank you.
Hello, my name is Jory Maciejewski, and I'm here to represent the Athletic Board to officially induct Ed into the new Athletics Hall of Fame. When this idea was first proposed, there was no hesitation that the time was right to start a Hall of Fame tradition, and how best to start than with Ed as our first member. To me, a Hall of Fame member must have made a significant and impactful talent contribution to our athletic program. Ed goes way beyond that description. Ed's role as our athletic director over the last 10 years has never been limited to his written responsibilities, because he is a passionate coach, advocate, and friend to our student athletes and parents. He works tirelessly to make sure our kids have a strong program that supports their expectations. Ed is a true role model to anyone involved at St. Pius and is always there to lend a hand. I want to thank Ed for everything he continues to do for our athletic program, our school, and especially our kids. Ed, I'm so proud and excited to welcome you in to the St. Pius Athletics Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Good evening, Night Nation. Special shout out to the producer, the founder, the patriarch of the KCA Sports Network, Mr. Charlie Williams, for all that he does to continue making amazing moments. I want to thank Murph for hosting this evening. And just want to remind everyone that Dan Murphy is the man who puts the boom boom into your heart, the lover of all things George Michael and Wham. And shout out to the world's greatest concession stand coordinator, Mr. Pollock, who also works tirelessly. I want to thank Jory for inducting me this evening as the inaugural inductee into the St. Pius X Athletic Association Hall of Fame. For those unaware, Jory is one of the key figures in front of the scenes and behind the scenes in regards to everything that we do in the athletic department here at St. Pius. She's my right-hand woman, whether it's brainstorming about a new initiative, reviewing a draft of an email, choosing apparel options, or the one to provide me with a calming presence. She has always been there for me, and I would not be here tonight without her. When my brother Teddy told me that the athletic board had gotten approval for a Hall of Fame and that I was the first inductee, I was shocked. I did not see it coming, and you could ask Ted. I started bombarding him with questions. I kept asking if it was real. I said, does my boss know about this? Did you guys go rogue? But I am so honored and so blessed to be the first member of this Hall of Fame. I wanted to start off by taking a page out of my brother Teddy's playbook and tell a few stories that led us here this evening. I figured I would start off with the story of how I ended up here at St. Pius. In the winter of 2008, I was a sophomore at Glenbard East High School. I decided that I wanted to help my dad coach, my twin brothers, Teddy and Ben. Dad had coached me all those years at Sacred Heart, and I wanted to help him coach the boys. It was my first taste of coaching youth sports. Coaching fifth graders, especially your brothers, is not an easy task, but I loved every second of it. Watching kids learn, watching them improve, team culture, team camaraderie, I knew that coaching was going to be part of my journey. Fast forward a year later, at Sacred Heart was looking for a basketball coordinator, someone to organize uniforms, set up worker schedules, communicate with the coaches, work the scores table, and yes, of course, clean up the gym. Nobody was stepping up for the role, but one of my former basketball coaches, Sam Mock, was adamant that I would be the best man for the job. Taking on a responsibility like that as a junior in high school was unheard of, but I was up for the challenge. And I thank Coach Mock for making that suggestion because I would not be here today if it wasn't for him saying it. I slowly but surely started taking on more responsibility, and I ended up running and organizing the first annual Lombard Christmas Basketball Classic back in 2009. I served as Sacred Heart's basketball coordinator all the way through my senior year of high school. As I was getting ready to begin Elmhurst College, I was looking to earn some additional income running tournaments for the school. And I know you all absolutely love every time I send out a sign-up genius. I mean, who doesn't? And who doesn't love an Ed Sullivan text message alert? I know you got one this evening. I'm sure it made you feel special. Tournaments are actually one of the biggest fundraisers that an athletic department can run, but they also require a ridiculous amount of work. Being in college, I wanted to earn some additional money to help offset some of the school-related expenses. And I remember going to a Sacred Heart Athletic Board meeting with my dad and making the pitch. And I was told that they'd be unable to do that and they would be fine without the tournament income. Needless to say, it lit a fire underneath me. And I knew that I wanted to run tournaments. And even though I was only 18, I wanted to make an impact in an athletic program. So I started researching the internet for local schools, and I noticed that a fellow Sacred Heart grad, Fran Sikorsky, was the athletic director at St. Pius. I reached out to her right after I graduated high school, and I mentioned that I was willing to offer my services to run tournaments and serve as her assistant. I felt confident in my abilities and prior experiences that I knew I could make an impact, and I even offered to work for free. I just wanted a chance. I just wanted an opportunity. I wanted to prove that I could do it. Fran talked with her boss, a gentleman by the name of Dan Flaherty, and they agreed to let me help run tournaments and serve in the assistant capacity. The first year went smooth. I ran a couple tournaments, and we brought in some good income for the program. I helped with logistics, scheduling, and planning. And then I got a phone call in late June of 2011. It was Fran, and she had something very important that she wanted to talk to me about. She had made the decision to serve for her country and join the National Guard. She would have to go away for basic training, and she needed a replacement. She told me that she was going to recommend me to Dan Flaherty to fill the spot. And the rest is history. I want to thank Fran for answering my Facebook message back in 2010 and for recommending me, because my life would not be the same without St. Pius. I also want to take the time to thank Dan Flaherty for entrusting his athletic department into the hands of a 19-year-old college kid. There are not many people that would do that, but Dan Flaherty believed in me. He knew my intentions were for the best interest of the kids in mind, and he knew that I would give it everything that I had. Standing here 10 years later, I can honestly say that I have, and I will continue to do so. I wanted to prove that age was just a number, and if you put your mind, heart, and soul into your actions, you can accomplish anything. The next story is how I'm proud of the growth of our program. When I started as the AD back in 2011, we had 9 volleyball teams, 12 basketball teams, a track program of around 90 kids, and cross country didn't really exist. We had about 15 kids participate with St. A's, but we didn't have a team in our name. Fast forward to this past school year, and we took the title of the largest athletic program in the Diocese of Joliet. We had 13 volleyball teams, 19 basketball teams, 120 athletes, and a cross-country roster of almost 100, almost 35 more than the second largest enrollment. Note that in terms of school enrollment, we are in the middle of the pack. The fact that our school has the most participation for youth athletics out of any program is one of my proudest accomplishments. The fact that kids are willing to take risks, step out of their comfort zones, and try new things is a testament to all of us. It shows the strength of our community as an athletic program. It shows that we foster a safe and comfortable and supportive environment. And when I began at St. Pius X, the community was strong. Parents, siblings, and relatives showed up for their kids' matches. We won't talk about what happened in the parking lot, but what has been really special is watching the community and pride in Pius build over the last 10 years. Every year, our community has grown closer and more dedicated over the course of time. Families now stay upon hours in this space. They grab dinner here. They cheer on their friends. My favorite part is when a parent will drop off their kid and they'll stay for the whole slate of matches. Think about that. How cool is it that a middle school student would want to spend his or her entire Saturday at school? That's the magic we've created here. People want to come to this place and want to watch games. They love the music. They love the energy. They love our passion. They love our sportsmanship, except for maybe Vittorio's. And they love our family atmosphere. But let's be honest. We know what they show up for. They show up for Mike Pollock's world-famous concessions. If the Hall of Fame is the greatest recognition that I ever received, which it absolutely is, having a chicken sandwich named after me is second. In all seriousness, though, coming to a game at St. Pius X is an experience that everyone looks forward to, both the home team and the away team. And I'm proud that we've been able to provide that service. Speaking of service, I would be amiss not to mention the story of how proud I am of the service learning that we incorporate into our program. I've always felt that an important part about being a student athlete is to learn the value and impact of giving back to those in need, and being able to utilize your platform, in this case sports, to promote change and help make a difference in the world. All of our kids are blessed with this opportunity to play sports and to play for their school. However, there are a lot of people out there that need help. The fact that we incorporate service into every sport is an invaluable life experience for our kids. Ed Sullivan began taking our cross-country team to Feed My Starving Children 3 years ago, instilling the value of providing service to help end world hunger. Renee Reckcamp and Stacy Pollock have turned our Volley for the Cure into the best Volley for the Cure in the state of Illinois. Middle school, high school, college, none of them compare to our event. It's an event so transcendent that our fellow conference members and even the referees lobby to try to participate. How many programs can you say that you know that have raised close to $10,000 for cancer research in just one event? And don't forget about Hoops for the Troops. where we single-handedly provided over 25 bins of food for servicemen and women. What makes our athletic program stand above all the rest is the fact that we take the opportunities to teach kids to use their God-given talents, abilities to go out and make a difference in the world. We do so much magnificent community service that, it makes my head spin so much that I could just black out. Which leads me to the story of my absolute favorite event at St. Pius. The blackout has turned into something magical over the past 10 years. I love the blackout because it is the culmination of a 4-year journey for our student athletes. It's an event where our 8th graders' entire family, their relatives, friends, their friends' friends, their teachers, coaches, commitment and dedication of everyone involved. It's truly a community event. Organized by our 7th graders and the decorations led by our underclass families, this gym is decked out head to toe in gold and black. The bleachers are packed to the brim and it's standing room only. The energy, the atmosphere, the school spirit and sense of community is immeasurable. I would argue it's bigger than any high school senior night. It's such a well-known event that when an opponent walks in, they know exactly that they are in the blackout. There is no other night like it. And I know I'm wearing a suit jacket and you can't see the goosebumps underneath this jacket, but every time This Breaking the Action is brought to you by the KCA Sports Network, the worldwide leader in middle school youth sports. For those of you that know, I like to sit on the stage, so it was more comfortable for me here. Over the course of 10 years, there are many moments that stick out in my mind and bring me so much joy and happiness when I think to them of this day. And I don't have the time to mention each story, but I could tell you some of my favorite moments. Jack Griggett's game winner over St. A's in 2012. The Crossland shot heard around the world at the 2015 blackout. Our gym shook so loud that night that I thought we were going to register on the Richter scale. L. Bruschuk's game winner against St. Joe's in the 2018 DPL 6th grade basketball championship. Watching our cross-country team qualify for the IESA state finals and being able to share that experience with my brother Ted. Nothing makes me happier than having a packed gym where we serenade each other with Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. I also like getting on the microphone, and I'm going to say it again, reminding people how much Dan Murphy loves George Michael. I shouldn't be saying this next part, but Mr. Pollock and I spend a lot of time here, and there is no more enjoyable feeling than staying here with Mr. Pollock, setting up or cleaning up the gym past midnight while blasting the stereo while belting out the tunes of Biz Markie, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre. The clean versions, of course. And you can't forget about Timmy Trumpet. I get a big smile on my face, well, sorta, every time a kid drops a baton at track practice and has to give me 10 push-ups. Except when they do it on purpose. I love the way the sun sets on the east end of the property during track season. Being able to coach here, whether it's track or summer camp, any opportunity to coach is a great opportunity. This past May, the biggest night in all youth sports, the Knights Athletics Virtual Award Ceremony, was one of our greatest feats. I love when everyone can join in with me, recognizing and congratulating everyone who participated in cross country, volleyball, basketball, track and field, for sport, athlete, And for my people that are here with me, what time is it? As I put all these stories together and reflect on this 10-year journey, it made me realize that the story that I wanted to tell all of you the most was the love story of me and St. Pius. How much I love St. Pius. There is a reason that I wanted to give this speech from here this evening. When it comes to Ed Sullivan, this is not a social center. It's not a cafetorium, and it's not a gym. This is my home. It doesn't matter what is bothering me, what is on my mind, what challenges I'm trying to overcome. The moment I walk through door 18 and into this space, they all disappear, and I feel a sense of comfort. I feel a sense of peace. I feel a sense of belonging, and I feel a sense of love. The pandemic has been rough on a lot of people and has affected them in many ways, but for me, I miss being here in my home. And I miss being around all of you. The day after Christmas this past December, I called my mom on the phone and I told her that I should be in a gym today. I should be running a tournament. I should be filling out brackets. I should be making some popcorn. I should have some random spectator yelling at me because the admission fee is too high. And my mom responded, you're the only person in the world that would complain about free time. And I told her, Mom, you don't understand. It's not about the long hours in the gym. It's about being around the refs and the workers, the parents, and most importantly, the kids. They're not just people. They're my family. Ever since I began as the athletic director 10 years ago, I've been so fortunate for all the love that all of you have shown me, and especially tonight. I want to thank the following groups of people for that amount of love. First, thank you to my group of officials, the Ed Sullivan Officials Association, the ESOA, for always being there to work games, being flexible when games get rescheduled or moved due to unusual circumstances, and for, of course, the immense amounts of laughter and friendship. Thank you to everyone in the parish and school office, Mrs. Matiasik, Mrs. Cooper, Mrs. Perlowski, and Mrs. Jaros, for being so patient with all of my constant communication and for always keeping me informed. Thank you for being so supportive of our student athletes and program. Thank you to our magnificent teachers here at St. Pius X, the hardest working teachers in the area. They're not only there for our kids in the classroom, but they're here for them in the gym and on the court. As I always tell the kids, they are student athletes, not athlete students. Their education is the most important part of this journey, and I want to thank the teachers for all that they do, especially during this time. It's not easy being a teacher. Thank you to Sally McGinn for teaching me the way things are done here at St. Pius 10 years ago. I came in full of energy and wanted to do things my own way, and she did a magnificent job of explaining to me how everything works and how everyone works together to do things a certain way. A lady that truly does not get the credit and recognition for what she does to make this place run. Thank you to Mrs. Miller for her continued support of myself, the student athletes, the coaches, and the program. She's always willing to listen and always open to new ideas. She's my biggest advocate, supporter, and #1 fan. Thank you, Mrs. Miller, for entrusting me to run your athletic program. Finally, I'd like to thank Father George for his continued support, as well as whenever we call upon him to provide a prayer or show up for a special event, he's always willing to be there. Next, thank you to the St. Pius parents that I have encountered in the past and currently in the present. Thank you for always being so willing to work admissions, concessions, cross-country meets, and track meets, stepping up to volunteer at tournaments, and being very generous in your donations of time, talent, and goods for our service learning needs. Thank you for dealing with all my emails and text messages, especially the ones early on a Sunday morning. Sorry, Mrs. Pollock. Thank you for driving your children to and from events, because without you, we would not be able to do what we do. Thank you for your continued support and partnership, and thank you for always treating me with such love and respect. To my coaches, thank you for being the absolute best role model for our kids, for the time and effort that you dedicate to make our program so enriching and memorable. Thank you for always being so flexible and understanding, especially with the ever-changing availability of the gym. And thank you for always being willing to try out new ideas or initiatives.
Our coaches are the reason that our athletes have been able to accomplish so much in the past 10 years through their knowledge, wisdom, guidance, love, care, and discipline. But most importantly, because they put the kids at the forefront of their decisions and actions, which is one of the main pillars of our foundation here. But they teach life lessons and try to make them better individuals. And they do succeed. True ambassadors for our school. There's also a very special group of people that I'd like to thank. My family. Mom, Dad, Tim, Josh, Teddy, Ben, Sophie. And I'm going to throw in Zoe the dog as well. My family has been so supportive of me during this journey. For those of you that don't know, I'm a public school math teacher and I coach sports. I'm also the athletic director at Sacred Heart. And unfortunately, I can't be everywhere at once. My family has stepped up so many times when I've been in a scheduling pinch, whether to set up the gym, monitor the gym, their least favorite, cleaning up the gym, helping me run tournaments, and even reffing. Ted, I'm really sorry for having you ref that adult dodgeball tournament way back when. I know you were really traumatized from that. I really thought it was a kids' dodgeball tournament because it was during Catholic Schools Week. I think I traumatized the boys. Nevertheless, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Then there is my athletic board, the individuals that made this event possible this evening. What makes our athletic board so special is the fact that they always go the extra mile. They always think outside the box and try to create moments and memories that kids will never forget. What often goes unrecognized by the general community is how selfless they are. We've had members on this board who work tirelessly to make events happen that don't even directly involve their children. A group of people that want to make sure that all St. Pius student athletes get the same memorable experience. These individuals are often the first to arrive and the last to leave. They take on coaching roles and roles that do not even exist in other athletic programs. There are even individuals who have stayed on after their kids have graduated. Like Dan Murphy, who signed a lifetime contract last spring. And Cheryl Walsh and Carrie Igo. They're not leaving. And it's a beautiful thing. Finally, the group that means the most to me, our student athletes, past, present, and future. Thank you to our student athletes for always giving forth your best effort, for always fighting through adversity, for always taking risks and trying new sports, for always having fun for the love of the game, and for always donning that gold and black uniform with such pride. You kids are the reason that I work as hard as I do. You are the reason that we are all trying to constantly reinvent what we do and to strive to make us bigger and better than ever. I want you to have such a magnificent athletic experience that you will remember for the rest of your lives. I want you to look back on these years with love and fondness. I want you to remember these years when it comes time for your kids to play sports, so that you can be the one to follow in your parents' footsteps and volunteer and ensure that you give them the same quality of experience that you received. Now, I know that right now is a difficult time. The pandemic has taken away our normal. But I want you to know that I am fighting harder for you now than I ever have. And I promise you that I'm going to continue to fight and advocate for you. I refuse to give up. You give me your absolute best every time you step on the court, the course, or the track. Just know that you are getting my absolute best and then some. I'm excited to announce the start of our journey back to normal begins with our volleyball co-ed intramural program that is starting up in the next few weeks. Be on the lookout for a registration email this weekend. I mean, you didn't think I'd go this whole speech without making a plug, did you? The first co-ed volleyball teams in St. Pius history, something that you will surely want to be a part of. You have no idea how excited I am to see you all back together in a gym. It's been way too long. Volleyball intramurals are the first step in our comeback to normal. And trust me when I say that our comeback back to normal will be the greatest comeback story ever told. I want to close by saying that I'm so thankful for receiving this honor. I will cherish this for the rest of my life. This building, this program, and all of you mean so much to me. I want to thank God for bringing St. Pius X into my life because it has been the greatest time of my life thus far. And I know this night is meant to honor me, but honestly, this honor is for us, all of us, the St. Pius X athletic community. This is our award. We did this together. It wasn't one person. It was all of us. We have all had a part in building what is the best athletic program in the Diocese of Joliet. We do not follow a standard. We are the standard. We set the tone, and we are going to continue to be the standard and do what we do best, creating lifelong memories and experiences for our student athletes. Gold and black on the attack. It's a great day to be a Knight. Thank you, and good night.
Well, thank you, Ed. I was going to list a few thank yous, but you thanked everybody you could possibly thank, just like you would obviously do. And forever the coach, forever the motivator. So thank you for that. All I'll close with saying is it's a great night to be a Knight, and that's because of Hall of Famer Edward S. Sullivan III. Congratulations to our GOAT, Ed. God bless. Good night.
Murphy's still alive.
I am.
Down. Okay. More. Good.
Your St. Pius Knights! What time is it? It's night time. Give it up for 90 Knights.
Thank you to everyone for an amazing ceremony and an amazing celebration of Knights Athletics.